Hi guys. Welcome. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Thank you for your patience for last week. I hope you know that if you want dailies, you can always follow my Bliss Becomes You, well, it's hashtag Bliss Becomes You, Facebook page, right? I do dailies there. So anyway, this is the weekly What's Up for the 21st of February through the 27th. It is Pisces season, y'all. And this week starts with the moon moving into Scorpio, right? Which is a pretty big deal, right? It's like a depth charge for your feelings. It happens overnight. Yeah, but you're going to wake up in it. And then we have a trine to the sun, a square to Mercury, a quincunx to Chiron, and then a late night opposition to Uranus. So here's the deal. Here are your questions for Monday. Who are you at your core, right? And are you an expression of that who? These are important things, right? Because if you don't know who you are, then you can never be in its full expression. You can never be working on your healing if you don't really understand where you happen to be at any given point in time and where at least a trajectory of what you might be swinging for, right? The thing that I do want to say about Monday, load up on some self-love mantras overnight, right? If you don't have a habit of kind of preloading your brain, find a way to speak to and from and as your healed self overnight, right? Program yourself for your own healing. That's a big deal for Monday. On Tuesday, look, Tuesday, early in the morning. Whew, big dreams, right? Big dreams, big dreams. You may meet kind of a cosmic wet blanket early on, but this is a day to be very, very open to dreamy visions, right, of your 3D future, how you visualize it. How will it feel? What will it smell like? What will it taste like? What will it sound like? Right? Be in that space because that is how you formalize and step into your plans of how you might create it, right? So it's a day to really be in that nebulous energy, that between worlds energy, that space of yet is a big deal on Tuesday. And I would encourage you to witness this space reverentially, right? When we talk about our dreams and our visions and how we plan and how we manifest, right? This is a holy space. So meet it with reverence. This Tuesday happens to be the 2-2-2-2 portal, right? There's a lot of twos going on. So really be in that space of calling your divinity as it is in its wholeness, right? Yeah, your dreams are the holiest part of your consciousness, right? Because they are the closest to the other side. So let that be on Wednesday. All right, overnight, we have a beautiful sextile. The moon sextiles Pluto before moving into Sagittarius. And then we have Mars sextiling Neptune. And then the moon squares the sun. And by nightfall, Mercury sextiles Chiron. Look, here's the deal. We have a moon added depth charge, right, with this Pluto sextile before blazing into Sagittarius. And then Mars, right, which is fire energy in Earth right now sextiles Neptune, which we just talked about, right? This is our spirit. This is our intuition, our imagination. This is how we experience ecstasy, how we experience empathy, right? So with that square to the sun, how are you representing those things? How are you representing your spirit, your imagination, your relation to ecstasy and empathy, your imagination, right? And then overnight, Mercury sextile to Chiron. Are you giving yourself opportunity to express yourself as, right, those nebulous qualities? Ask for dream guidance. Please ask for dream guidance on Wednesday night. On Thursday, look, okay, so let's just talk about Mars and Venus, right? They are together in Capricorn right now, right? So this is about really getting in tune with relationship energy, right? Practical, loyal, devoted, faithful, right? This is the celestial lovers in Capricorn. How do I bring this energy forth into my existence, right? So on Thursday, our beautiful Sagittarius moon does a whole bunch of dancing. Big key aspects this day: Venus sextiles Neptune and Mercury squares Uranus, right? So this is a day for inspiration to meet motivation regarding relationships, creativity, your 3D experience, right? Be aware of the tools in your tool bag, right? Be aware of your healing, your expression, your expansion, your capacity for change, your willingness to make practical plans. Fall in love with that idea of your holy holiness, right? As your incarnation, and everything else follows from that. Everything else follows from that. On Friday, the moon moves into Capricorn. It is a get shit done day. So ground, right? All of these big giant plans, these beautiful holographic, sparkly, glitter-filled helium balloons that this week represents. By Friday, you need to be bricking in your foundations, right? You know, Mercury is still in that energy squaring Uranus. So how do you plan to be free in your expression? How do you plan to represent these new ideas, these new ways of being? And a key, something that you may always default to, of course, right, is love and service. Love and service. Hello, I saw you, friend. Ooh, that was a long shuffle, y'all. On Saturday, yeah, so on Saturday we have the moon, Capricorn moon, right? Squaring Chiron, trining Uranus, hello, sextiling Jupiter and Neptune. So the key is you might wake up feeling some kind of way on Saturday, the 26th. My advice to you is do whatever you have to do to shake that off, right? Very, very intentionally, very purposefully. Whatever you have to do. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, find a way to shake it off. If it's breath work, if it's mantra, if it's going outside and running around your backyard, if it's watching cat videos, it doesn't matter. Whatever you have to do to shake that off intentionally, because you are going to be in an amplifier state all day. So mind your mind, right? Mind your mouth, mind your state. Be very judicious in your titration of your energies, and be super intentional. Hello, I see you, friend. Thank you. Lots of peeps. On Sunday. On Sunday, we have a very, very, very cap-heavy day, right? Venus and Mars, the Moon, Pluto, all in Capricorn, all trining the North Node in Taurus, right? This is a big key to our week here. The key to this week is that be mindful of the power of your projections, right? Especially on Sunday, we have that. The moon is sextiling Neptune, right? This is like a plumb line to the divine, right? So all of these amplifications that we talked about on Saturday, right? All this cap energy, which is all about function and utility and usability and how do we create our experience? How do we create from our resourced state? This is your plumb line to the divine. And as we create, we call these things in, right? And so we also have Uranus having a little sextile to the sun, jolting your identity, right? Let that happen. Let that happen. Let your identity be in flow, right? Let your identity take on whatever shape it needs to take on. Mostly because we are change, right? Our identity is whatever we decide it is. And the more we resist the shifts and changes of that identity, the more rigid we become, the more stuck, right? We become, the more committed to our own narrative. And if your narrative is beautiful and wonderful and great, even then, don't be so committed to it that you don't allow the universe a little serendipity to upgrade you, right? Allow for the upgrades. Here's the deal. This energy is really all about teaching us who we truly are and where we've been and where we're desiring to go. And if we allow ourselves to become beyond the boundaries of what has been, right? All of this cap energy, trining the North Node, is giving us an opportunity to create our futures as long as we are moving with deep intention. This is the key. As long as you are moving with deep intention, purposefully, and wow, just angry oracle cards. Yeah, create with this beautiful flowing love energy that we have this week, right? There's a lot of Neptune, there's a lot of Venus and Mars. So you have the opportunity to really pull your duality together in service, right? To and by and for and through and wow, and as flexible. All right, let's get into it, shall we? We have the Four of Pentacles and the Fool on Monday. How beautiful. We talked about this as being a depth charge. Who are you at your core, and are you expressing it, right? Here's the deal. Four of Pentacles gives you the option of conserving your resources or sharing your resources, right? This can be a very miserly energy, or it can be conservative in terms of, I know I will require this, so I'm going to tuck it away. We can witness that in any certain specific way, but here's the deal. As it's paired with the Fool, the Fool, of course, being the ultimate card of faith, right? I move forward carrying nothing, knowing that all will be provided. Your urge is to really allow for the universe to provide for your journey, right? We have a beautiful moon sextile Chiron. We also have the moon trining the sun. What do you require? What do you really need? What is the difference? We have had this conversation many times between wants and needs and desires, right? None of those things are inherently judgeable, but they are very, very distinct and different. So again, speak to and from and as your healed self, your highest self, and watch how that shifts your wants, your needs, and your desires. Tuesday, this is that 222 portal, right? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. We have the King of Wands. How beautiful. This is a day we discussed being open to dreamy visions. What better day to have the King of Wands, right? Talking about reverence, right? Talking about being open to how you want your life to become. What do you have to put down, right? 10 of Wands is, I have been carrying these things for too long. I must release what is no longer able to be carried comfortably, right? And let's check the distinction. No longer in service, right? That sounds like a phone message now. I'm sorry, this number is no longer in service. Some things are no longer in service to you, right? But some things you get to choose. No, I'm sorry, I cannot carry this any longer. The 10 of Wands is not about this isn't serving me anymore, because we all carry crap that doesn't serve us, right? It's called baggage. That's what we do. That's what healing is all about. And so we have the Scorpio moon squaring Saturn today, saying, guess what? This is too heavy. This is not manageable. This is not manageable. And the King of Wands is all about how are my passions in play, right? What do I want to create, right? This is about really understanding the depth and power of your creative potential, your impulse, your experience, in relation to whatever it is that's in your heart, how you get it into the world. How you get it into the world is that you let the crap fall out of your hands so that your hands are free to do something else. Again, we talk about holy energy. This is a holy day. Pay attention to it, please. Wednesday, beautiful, beautiful day. So we're talking about the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords. We're talking about intuition and logic. We're talking about left brain and right brain, right? In the divine feminine. So let's really have this conversation. This is the day that Mars sextiles Neptune. This is the day that Mercury sextiles Chiron, while the moon is squaring the sun. And we began this whole day with this absolutely glorious Scorpio moon sextiling Pluto. Yeah. How are you representing your nebulous qualities, right? We talked about it. We talked about spirit. We talked about intuition. We talked about the ecstatic connection to your divinity, right? Your imagination. What are you doing about it? Fire in earth, right? Fire in earth creates foundations. How are you going to express those nebulous qualities? Great question. Again, we talked about asking for a little dream guidance overnight, right? Be on the alert for that. Really sit with how may I best be in service to this depth part of me, right? My own deep dive. How can I do that? Find out. Ask, and ye shall receive the guidance, y'all. Okay. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 9 of Cups. Thursday. This Thursday we talked about, this is the day that inspiration meets motivation, right? This is the day that Venus sextiles Neptune. This is the day that Mercury squares Uranus, right? We want to be on the alert for downloads. We want to be on the alert for inspiration out of nowhere in regards to your relationships, your creativity. How are we dealing with our healing, our expression, our expansion, our change? What are some practical plans we can put into place, right? So we have the 8 of Swords. Now the 8 of Swords, right, this is a card of becoming. This is a card of becoming aware, right? Classic 8 of Swords shows the blindfold woman standing in a ring of swords, right? Unable to walk because she's afraid. She can't see. And so the quest of the Eight of Swords is, how are you in your own way? Where are your beliefs holding you back, right? What could you do if you were not afraid? So we've got the Nine of Cups, right? This is beautiful self-satisfaction. This is wish fulfillment. This is, look how happy he is. Like, he's got it all. His cups are filled. He is emotionally self-contented, right? So this is that day that we talked about falling in love with your idea of your holy incarnation, right? And going from there, letting that be your guiding light, as the case may be, right? This is a butterfly. This is a chrysalis, right? Whatever you're dealing with in your little green goo back and forth, this is where you're going. This Nine of Cups, this beautiful state of self-satisfaction. You're holy, right? Friday, look here. So phenomenally beautiful. This is our get shit done day, right? This is the day the moon moves into Capricorn and begins this amazing Capricorn thing happening up here, this beautiful stellium. We also talked about there's that Mercury-Uranus square still happening, right? Which is important, defaulting to service. So we've got the Empress and the Two of Pentacles. The Empress is that energy of super fertility, right? Whatever it is that you decide to embody, because the Empress is the sum of all the queen energy, and queens are the embodiment of their elements. Right here, we're talking about specifically the moon being in Capricorn, all of that energy being in Capricorn. So how are you managing that, right? How are you juggling your state of resourcedness? How are you able to dance very nimbly and agilely, no matter what you're carrying, right? Because we put down all the crap early in the week. So you know what you're carrying. You know what you've planted. You know what you're managing, right? So go ahead and be in that day. Plan. Get your plans down. Get a pen. Get a piece of paper. Write it down in your phone. It doesn't matter, but get it down somewhere in the real world, not just in your brain, right? Saturday, we have the King of Swords. Hello. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. Listen, we talked about waking up feeling some kind of way, right? We're talking about the moon squaring Chiron early on. Mind your mind. You're going to be the amplifier. Here's the deal. You have the choice. The Five of Cups is all about choosing your perspective, right? You can look at what's going wrong. You can look at these spilled cups lying on the ground in front of you, and you can focus your attention there. In doing so, you are not witnessing, claiming, seeing, enjoying, noticing, recognizing the Two Cups full behind you, right? Two of Cups is bliss. It's emotional fulfillment. It is the way that Venus and Mars have been in conjunction all week. Are you in alignment with this energy? Or are you focusing on what has been, right? We talked about this. This is about allowing ourselves to become beyond what has been. The King of Swords gives you the opportunity to cut away your relation to all the bullshit that is in your way of this experience, this self-fulfillment, right? So if you needed a little bit more, here it is. You have got this glorious sword of truth, right? This sword of decision, this sword of choice. Using your wisdom, what are you going to focus on? Mind your mind, mind your mouth, mind your state. What are you amplifying? Make a choice, make a decision. On Sunday, we talked about the amazing Capricorn energy and the power of your projections. Look, we've got the Hermit, we've got the Page of Cups. Whew. The Hermit is about finding the light in the darkness, right? The traditional Hermit is about the cave of your soul, the turtle, of course, being the glorious mode of creation for the entire universe, right? This beautiful turtle in his shell. We have the Page of Cups. This is about a brand new way to be in your feeling state, right? Are you going to ignore that light in the darkness? Are you going to focus on all that spillage, or are you going to turn around and say, oh wait, look what's going on? Yeah, let me just see what's in this cup here. How about that? What a grand idea. What a beautiful idea. Again, let your identity, right, be in flow. Yeah. Always for you. Do I even need to explain that? No, it's all for you. It is all for you every single day. We love it, and that's just a fact. It doesn't matter. Even the crap that you're carrying, even your baggage was for you because you had lessons to learn, right? Even the way that you're standing, feeling like a captive, like you're bound by your old stories. That's still for you. You know why? Because you get to be the one to light your own lamp, shine it in your own darkness, and become beyond the boundaries of what has been and beyond the boundaries of what you have been. Let's talk about flexible, shall we? Teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what is most important. The tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, and yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are, right? We talked about the whole nebulous week, right? We are in flow. We are in flow. We have all this Capricorn energy rooting and grounding us, right? On Friday, this is our, I mean, come on, seriously. You want to know? It's right there. Do what you have to do to lay these foundations, right? Sink those roots so deeply that it doesn't matter what happens. Mind your mind. Let yourself be in flow, right? Mind your need, your want, your desire. Know the difference. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you as well. Yes. Yes. Practical, loyal, devoted, faithful, right? To yourself first. To your plumb line with the divine first. Because when we talk about yourself and being loyal to yourself, we don't necessarily mean your egoic 3D self, right? That's your experience. That's not yourself. And there's a difference, right? Your key is to be in alignment with your divinity. Right? We have so much Neptune this week. We have Venus and Mars, both sextiling this glorious planet of divine connection. Create yourself in response. Create your experience in response to yourself, right? Mind your mind, mind your state, mind your mouth. Keep your knees soft, guys. Big, giant blessings. What a week.